finale, which is insanely bittersweet. As someone who has followed the show from the very beginning, back when it was on DC Universe, it does kind of suck that this is going to be the final episode ever for the show. For a lot of this episode, it didn't really hit with me. This was the final adventure for these characters, not until the epilogue kicks in. And for the most part, for this being the final episode ever, it's kind of a satisfactory wrap-up, the clash between the Titans and Brother Blood, but I definitely do think it could have been a whole lot better as a whole. The hype really was at an all-time high going into the finale due to the inevitable final clash between Brother Blood and the Titans, because Brother Blood finally summoned Trigon, which definitely ended up being extremely underwhelming. We're not even going to talk about the fact that the VFX on Trigon looks pretty bad, but we had all this build up for Trigon's return, even getting a brief moment where Rachel goes to the cave, so we have this full circle moment between all of them together, and then Sebastian just kills Trigon easily and drinks his blood, and then Trigon is dead once again. Not entirely sure why Trigon didn't try to defend himself, fight back, do literally anything besides stand there and get murdered, and to make matters worse, Connor looks like he's dead now. When the Titans go and collect his body and try out different things to try and fix him up, nothing really works and he still has no pulse, which is kind of surprising that of all the things we've seen Connor go through over the course of this entire series, this is the thing that renders him comatose out of everything we've ever seen him fight against. While there are somber undertones to their conversation given the circumstances, I really enjoyed how Dick and Corey reminisce about how they first met, putting further into focus just how far the relationship has truly came since the beginning of the series, and the hope that she doesn't have to sacrifice herself to save everyone. After Tim Drake had that epic Robin adventure last week in Gotham, he's finally back and reunited with the Titans, and we get our very first showdown between the Titans and Brother Blood, except not really. It was all a trap. All of the excitement is sucked out of the room instantaneously when we realize it's just an illusion, while the real Sebastian marches right into Star Labs, pissed off that they're instrumental in destroying his evil app, which I still cannot believe that we're harping on, and it continues to be one of the things that I hated so much about this season at large, is Sebastian and his crazy evil app. Not gonna lie though, I did think it was pretty spectacular getting to see Brother Blood at full power and unleashing chaos inside of Star Labs. These type of dark sequences, seeing him just take out everybody inside Star Labs, blood everywhere when the Titans arrive, it's a frightening showcase of his abilities that I just think is ridiculous that we didn't get to see any of until this very final episode ever of the entire series. Usually I don't like to harp on plot armor inside of films or TV, but that had to be some pretty ludicrous plot armor for Bernard to be the only person inside this entire building that survived Brother Blood killing everybody else. Bernard is walking over people that were dead in the hallways. Somehow he didn't get affected by all of this, but okay, we're gonna go with that, I guess. Realistically, the main reason why Bernard survived is so he can reveal yet another project that was hidden, Project Icarus, a wormhole that can send objects anywhere in the world, which Sebastian wants to use to destroy Corey's planet Tamaran, and this gate is what Corey has been seeing and having all these dreams about. Maybe it's just me, but it feels like the big conflict between Sebastian and Corey has kind of been bubbling underneath the surface, almost forgotten about in part 2 compared to part 1, because part 1 we did spend a whole lot of time developing that, the relationship between the two of them and why Sebastian ended up inevitably turning evil. But this reminder kind of puts in the focus on the fact that Corey and Sebastian haven't really interacted all that much in part 2, so you kind of forget the fact that Sebastian and Corey are supposed to be like mortal enemies to the point where Brother Blood is going to be trying to blow up her entire universe. It just feels like a very messy setup all around between these two once Corey and Sebastian do discuss everything inside this room before Brother Blood just ties her up and tries to suck out her powers to power the machine. This turns out Corey's mysterious powers that we've never really fully explained have enough juice to power the device, and I just find the reasoning for this destructive plan to be so lackluster. The fact that after all of this season we built up to Brother Blood being this all-powerful magical being, and all of our magical stuff is confined to this one building inside Star Labs. We don't get a very big, elaborate fight scene. In the end, he just wants to move the wormhole closer to blow up her planet. That was his big, elaborate plan we've been building up for the entire season. Way back when I did a spoiler-free review of Season 4 Part 2, I mentioned the fact that we don't really get to see a lot of the Titans in suit this season, so I am very happy that we get a lot of that in the final episode. It's always exciting. It's always more exciting to see them fighting together side by side, suited up, and I think the fight sequences here are pretty awesome. Working together as a team, some of the members are fighting off Brother Blood, while other members are trying to get Corey out of the machine as the wormhole gets closer to Tamaran. It's a pretty tense sequence all around. As enjoyable as it was to see Connor pop up once again, it is kind of goofy that he kind of just decided not to be dead anymore. He rose from the grave similar to Superman in Justice League to save the day, fly in, save the day, take out Brother Blood. Just goes to show you that that's the real reason why they had him out of commission, because he could very easily just take him out. While also at the very same time, I think it is very questionable how they have Rachel being the one to try and get Corey out of the tubes with Gar, as opposed to having Rachel be the one that fights Brother Blood, since they have that family connection, they have very similar powers. It would make more sense than having Nightwing and Tim Drake fight Brother Blood. But this being the big finale, the final battle with the big bad that we've been setting up for the entire season, it did leave a little bit to be desired here, even if you don't factor in the fact that Corey saves the day by flying him up into the sky and blowing up, sacrificing herself. That moment where Corey flies up and sacrifices herself is surprisingly emotional, even though it is mildly undercut very quickly by her not actually dying in the blast. You know, she flies back down, it's perfectly fine, but I did like that quick emotional moment there where the team thought that they actually lost her. The big question here, though, is do you think it would have been a much more impactful end for the show if Corey did sacrifice herself and didn't survive? Because, I mean, I think Corey is one of the best characters in the entire show, and I think it would have been a really big sacrifice to see her accept that fate and sacrifice herself, actually die. But at the same time, I don't want to see her die either, so I'm kind of torn about the idea of Corey actually not surviving in this case. With all the major stories out of the way, the epilogue here at least allows us to form some level of closure with the Titans team and having this dinner and discussing all of their futures. Gar's leaving to do more stuff in the Red. Tim is going to be splitting time between cities. Rachel's going to go to college in Bloodhaven. And Connor finally gets to spend some time with Superman. Which Superman, you may ask? Tyler Hoechlin, Henry Cavill, Tom Welling, a new actor? We never got one. They never actually showed Superman. The most you get to see is his boots. Though I do think the best of them all is getting to see Dick Grayson and Corey agree to be together and start a family, because we know after all the flashbacks we've seen, these teases of their family in the future, they're going to have a pretty powerful kid in the future because of what Brother Blood was trying to destroy their universe, because humans and Tamaranians together are too powerful. In general, it was kind of a mixed finale for the season and the series at large. There's definitely some things I think would have been cool to see in the finale, since it is the final episode. We could have had some good returning characters, because there's some stuff that I feel like is just kind of left hanging in the balance. Like, we never got any updates on Donna Troy or Dawn. We just kind of ignored Deathstroke's daughter ever existed after she never came back after season 2. We didn't get anything with Starfire's sister either, Coriander, after she played such a big part last season. She was Connor's girlfriend, but oh well, I guess they forgot they existed too. But now for my thoughts on the episode, make sure you share your thoughts down below. What do you think of episode 12 of season 4 of Titans, the series finale? Do you like the episode? Do you not like the episode? Share your thoughts down below in the comment section. Were you satisfied with the finale? Did you want more out of the finale? Would you have liked to have seen other things addressed in the finale? Either way, share your thoughts in the comment section down below, because part of the fun is having that conversation with you guys in the comment section. Thank you guys, as always, share the videos, especially all the Titans stuff. I'm going to miss talking about this show each and every week with you guys. And if you haven't subscribed already for all the other content on the channel, be sure to do so. But until the next time, I'll see you guys later.